Okay, so I reviewed this epic arc, and I'm going to show you guys the review after this quick little intro, whatever you want to call it. I was editing my review, and I accidentally deleted like a big portion of this rant I went on how much I just despise Spandam, man. That fucking bitch ass, pussy ass. That dude, what he was doing to Robin, man, this entire arc just infuriated me. I mean, my blood, what the fuck is that? But my blood was actually starting to boil. I had to pause the episode because I really wanted to whoop this dude's ass. I mean, how can he just kick, slap, and just everything he did to her, a woman? I mean, I understand he thinks she's scum, but damn, dude, he's just a selfish asshole. Fuck that dude, man. Fuck that dude. And he called her a bitch one too many times for me, dog. I really wanted to hurt that motherfucker. But anyway, here's the review. I honestly don't know where to begin on this arc, or arcs, however you decide to put it. The Water 7 and Enies Lobby arcs. Although they're technically the same thing, because it's the same story. Anyway, I honestly don't know how to put my thoughts in the words on this shit, man. I'm going to come out and say this is my favorite arc in One Piece so far, and it's up there in my favorite arcs in anime history, period, that I've experienced. And that says a lot. So I mean, fuck, man, so many awesome new characters, so many awesome new techniques. The Straw Hats are back in action, more powerful than ever. They got a new crew member, a new ship, man. I mean, this arc, it just takes a dump on the other arcs so far, in my opinion. Not saying they were bad, they were all epic, don't get me wrong. That's not been a bad arc so far. But I mean, this one, it had the danger, it had the feels. Dog, I never thought that I would actually get feels from a fucking ship. The story behind Mary and the spirit in the ship and shit, I was like, oh my god. And then when they had to burn her down, and she was like, I'm sorry, I wish I could have taken you a little bit further. Then Luffy's like, no, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have been such a dumbass and rammed you into so many icebergs. And she still apologized. I was like, fuck, man, why am I getting the feels from a fucking ship? Many more feels with the Luffy versus Usopp and the legendary I Want to Live scene. Just a lot of sad backstory from Frankie, Robin's backstory, seeing Tom, how awesome he was. And there are just some sad backstory elements in Water 7 period. And there was also like the epic fights, man, the epic new techniques from Sanji with that flaming kick. I forgot what it's called, but Zoro, my dude, I fangirled, man. That Osira thing with the 3 heads. He had a total of 9 swords. I was like, what the fuck? And Luffy with the fucking second gear and third gear out of nowhere. I was like, dog, my heart, man, it can't take this shit, yo. There's just too much epicness in this one arc, or 2 arcs, however you want to slice it up. But that last, oh my god, Gumu no Jet Gatling, that shit tore him up, man. I mean, that Jaguar bitch did not stand a chance. That was like some DBZ shit. You couldn't even see his fist. And third gear is awesome too. He had like the fist of a Kyojin, dog. I'm like, like I'm sorry I'm fangirling over this review, but this arc is exactly what I wanted. It had the feels, it had the happy moments, it had like some awesome villains. Normally, in the past few arcs, the arc has basically focused on one villain. Like in Skypia, it was Inaru or Enel, and in the Alabasta arc, it was Crocodile. But this arc had the entirety of CP9, although you can argue that Lucci was the main villain here or whatever. The rest of the CP9 still weren't any bitches, dog. Like, they were all awesome in their own way. And I forgot his name, but the guy that turned to a giraffe, he's my second favorite, man, right under Lucci. He's awesome and hilarious. That giraffe fight between Zoro and he was amazing. And just the entire Enies Lobby section or portion of this arc was delicious, man. And seeing the Giants and the Frankie family, everyone teaming together just for Robin, just for one person, that just shows how determined the Straw Hats are to keep their friendship and keep that bond, and that's amazing. That shit I love to see. But one thing that I am kind of disappointed about is Usopp's development. Like, during the fight, I was like, okay, Usopp has the epic resolve of, like, I'm going to fight for what I want, regardless of the odds. Like, I know I'm going to lose, or I know there's a big chance that I may lose, but I'm still going to do it anyway. But with that being said, when he finally rejoined the Straw Hats again in the very last episode of this arc, I was kind of disappointed, because you could tell that he was like, I mean, he was saying that, well, I hope those guys are crying and they just beg me to come back, and I hope that they're having a rough time without me, so I have no choice but to come back. I really wish that he would have came up to him just like a man, like, hey, Luffy dog, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for what I did. I understand that I was an idiot, I was a dumbass and shit, but no, he had to wait till the very last day. They were stuck there for like 3 days while Frankie was making the ship or whatever, and he didn't apologize until after he realized that they were actually about to leave him, which I think that kind of destroys his development in some way, a little bit, in my opinion anyway. But I really wish he would have just came out of the blue, or came out of nowhere like a man and said, hey, I'm sorry, dog. But just like Zoro said, if Luffy had went to him first, that would have hurt the respect thing from, you know, the captain to the underlings and whatnot. And I love Zoro, man. He says, if you show any more weakness like this, I'm going to be the next to fucking leave, man. Zoro doesn't give a damn, man. This dude is awesome. I was not expecting Garp to be Luffy's grandfather and Monkey D. Dragon. This dude looks like he can fuck some shit up. He's the guy that did that huge lightning bolt that saved Luffy. What kind of power does this mofo have? And the confrontation between Whitebeard and Shanks, man, I wanted to see that entire fight. Shanks seems like he's a god himself. Whitebeard seems like he's a fucking devil. I cannot wait to see what they can do. Hopefully sometime in this series we can actually see how strong they are, because I mean, Shanks, he knocked out at least a few dozen henchmen by himself just by walking on the fucking ship. I was like, dog, these dudes are on a whole nother level. And what is this hockey mess? I'm pretty sure we'll get into that maybe next arc, since it was mentioned in this one. Does it have anything to do with Luffy's Gear 2 transformation? I don't think so, because that was kind of explained how he did it. But Gear 2 and Gear 3 were fucking epic, man. When Luffy pulled that out for the first time and that fucking jet bazooka, I was like, dog, this anime just reached a whole new level. And Nami stepped it up too, Chopper turning into that huge ass reindeer Hulk monster. Everybody in the Straw Hats had their moment to shine, and that fucking Soga King theme song, dog. Lulu la la Lu, goddammit, that shit was hilarious. And also the ending of this arc feels like it's the most rewarding so far, because they got a new crew member, they got Usopp back, their buddy again, they had that epic party that pretty much cost them the rest of their money, and they got a new ship, a bigger and better ship. Their bounties got increased by a hell of a lot, except for Chopper's. Poor Chopper, he was so sad, and that Sanji wanted poster is hilarious. I hope it stays like that for the rest of the series, because I can imagine that being a running gag that will never get old. And also we got to see some characters that we haven't seen in a while. We saw Sanji's people, we saw Nami's people. I just like going back and seeing their reactions to their friends' bounties or whatnot. That was an epic thing. Just like I said, the end of this arc feels like it really rewards you for watching this shit, yo. Like, you know, you stuck through this arc, so here you go. Here's all the epicness, the happiness, the characters you want to see that weren't in this arc. Here you go. At first, I didn't know how to feel about Frankie, and it actually wasn't his attitude or him being a douchebag the first time we actually meet him. It was his design. He looked kind of strange. He still does, but over time and seeing his backstory and seeing him in action, he kind of actually grew on me. But he was one of the most unappealing characters, visual wise anyway, to me. But he's fucking epic, man. I love this dude, and I just love how fucking Robin grabbed his nuts, man. And if I'm wrong, correct me, but can't she feel whatever she touches? Because I remember in the Alabasta arc, whenever she had her hands on the door to block the soldiers from coming in or whatever, when they brought fire, she like like jumped with her real hands because I guess she could feel the heat. So does this mean she actually felt Frank's nuts? But there was not a lame fight in this entire arc to me anyway. And that transformation that Chopper underwent with the third Rumble Ball, I mean, if he can actually harness that power and use it where he doesn't actually go against his friends and go out of control, Chopper can be damn near unstoppable. But I cannot wait to see what this hockey business is, just how it was introduced. I have a feeling that the Straw Hats are going to get some hockey, or maybe they haven't. Maybe it's like Chakra or Ned and Hunter x Hunter. They have it, but they don't know how to release it or something like that. So I cannot wait to see what's going to happen with that, man. I mean, just Luffy with his Gear 2 and Gear 3 combined with some hockey. I'm not sure if it's like an elemental thing or if it's like another variation of devil fruit or something like that, but just combined with his gears and Zoro getting a hockey, I cannot wait to see what's going to happen with that shit. But I honestly cannot wait to dive right into the next arc. I probably will right after I upload this, so expect to see some tweets from me, because if you're following my Twitter, you know that whenever I see something epic or whenever I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, this shit has me fangirling or whatever, I usually take a screenshot and post it so you guys can have a conversation with me. So if you're into that kind of thing, you know, experiencing it with me, follow my Twitter down below. It's always there. But dog, this arc is my favorite arc, man. So many elements. Just, I mean, character development, power-up, sadness, happiness, awesome fights, multiple drama everywhere, man. These guys took on the fucking world. The entire freaking world is going to be after them. And not only drama, like outside of them, inside drama as well, like with the Usopp and Luffy and Robin not wanting to fuck with them anymore to protect them at the same time. I really find stuff like that very interesting. I mean, we all know that the good guys are going to prevail over the bad guys 99% of the time, but when there's drama mixed in with friends and people who are actually supposed to be fighting the evil together, that always makes things better to me. As fucked up as that may sound, I just enjoy the development that usually comes after that. But tell me what you guys thought about this epic arc. Like I said, you guys have probably witnessed this years ago, but I'm going on to the next one. I don't give a damn. This shit is epic. Anyway, this has been jbDAuchiha. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.